Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I have some best friends to lovers romance book recommendations for you, so let's just get right into it. So the first book I want to talk about in this video is People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. This is obviously a super popular book. This won like book of the year in pretty much like everything this year. And I really love this one. It follows a girl and a guy who were always going on vacation together once a year. They would always plan a trip together from the time they were in college for years afterwards, and slowly the trips got more and more elaborate until something happened and they had a falling out and they stopped hanging out. And throughout the course of the book you're kind of trying to work your way through to this last trip where you know something went down that caused them to stop talking, but you don't really know what. And sort of in between that, you're also watching them currently on a trip for the first time in a while, because she's like, no, like, we need to do this for us kind of thing. And so you're kind of seeing them in the present day, sort of like working through their stuff, but you're also seeing them when they were best friends, traveling all the time and doing all these things. And I just really love this one. I thought it was interesting to see where they went every year and the different things they did and the people they met, and I thought that was like a really interesting aspect of this book. And definitely, like I said, best friends to lovers for sure. They do have a falling out, so it's sort of like, I guess, best friends to enemies to lovers, but not really, because they don't like hate each other. They're just kind of like taking a break from their friendship, I guess you could say. But I really love this one. Next is Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. I find this book is very similar to People We Meet on Vacation, especially in the way that it's written. This one is more childhood best friends to lovers though, but it's written in the same sort of way where you're watching this like couple, but they're not like together yet. You're watching them meet up again for the first time, and they're like 30, and the alternating chapters are like present and then like past and then present past. So you're kind of again working your way towards the summer where you know something happened, where they stopped talking. And in this case it's about a girl who moves into this house with her dad. It's sort of like a summer house. They're not there all the time, and when they go to the open house, there's like this boy reading a book in the closet of her room, and she's like, well, what the heck are you doing here? And he's like, oh, I have like a lot of siblings at my house and I just like come sneak in here to read. And she's like, oh, okay, like cool. And so they end up buying this house, and this boy ends up hanging out with her all the time, and they turn this little closet into like a little library with a ton of books, and it's just really cute. They hang out all the time in the summer in this room reading together and just talking about different things. And they sort of grow into a relationship, I guess, as they get older, but then, like I said, something happens and they stop talking, and then now they're 30 and have bumped into each other again. And I really love this one. It's such a good best friends to lovers book. It really like has that whole like childhood sort of they grew up together kind of thing, where like you kind of always know like they're gonna end up together, and it was just really cute. Next is Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover. This one follows a girl who notices this guy in the apartment across from hers, kind of like her balcony faces his balcony, and she notices him like playing guitar and like writing songs or something, and she's kind of watching him all the time, and she eventually bumps into him, ends up meeting him because she ends up moving out because her boyfriend cheats on her, and she's moving out, and the guy ends up being like, are you okay? And they end up hanging out a lot, and she's helping him sort of write songs. And the thing with this book that I do think you should know, because this is like something that's going to make some people really hate this book, but some people won't care, is that the guy in this book does have a girlfriend when they're becoming like best friends. So if that's not something that you're gonna like, you probably don't want to read this book. But other than that, I think this one is really good. It's one of my favorite Colleen Hoover books. I do really love it. Like I said though, if you're someone who doesn't like even like a little bit of cheating in your books, you're gonna hate this, so like don't read it. But it is really good, and it is best friends to lovers because they get like super close writing the songs and things together, and it's just really cute. Next is 99% Mine by Sally Thorne. This one is about a girl who has a brother, and this brother and her were like best friends with this guy across the street when they were kids, and they were kind of always best friends, but as they got older it seemed like her brother sort of claimed him as more his friend than her friend. And she's kind of sad because they always like start doing things without her, and she's just like upset about that as she gets older. And now they are adults, and he is back helping work on a house that she is fixing up, because her and the brother have sort of inherited this house from the grandmother, and he's helping them fix it up so they can sell it or whatever. And so she's spending a lot of time with him, and things are like coming to the surface and things. And this one definitely was like, again, childhood best friends to lovers. It's also obviously like brother's best friend because it's her brother's best friend, but she definitely like is really close to this guy and has been since they were kids, and it's just really, really cute. Next is Rookie Move by Serena Bowen. I love this book, and I never hear anyone talking about it, and they should be because it is really good. It is a hockey romance, obviously, and this one follows a guy who ends up on a new hockey team, and it's like NHL level. It's not like college hockey or anything. He's on this team. He doesn't know anything about it really. When he gets signed to the team, they're still looking for a new manager, and he's just, or a coach maybe. Manager or coach, whatever. And they're looking for a new person to fill his position. He signs on to the team not thinking anything of it, and he shows up his first day and ends up running into his high school ex-girlfriend who is working for the team. And he's like, well, this is kind of odd, like what's she doing working for this team? And then he also finds out that her dad is the new coach slash manager, whichever position it was. And he's like, oh, like this is not gonna be good for me because like they probably hate me. And the thing with this one is like they were together like all of high school, and he was like obsessed with her. Like he was so in love with her, and then something happens that causes her to break up with him right before he goes to university, I'm pretty sure. And they sort of have a falling out. They don't talk for a long time, and now they're meeting again. But he has always kind of never really understood why she broke up with him, and kind of always wanted her back. And they definitely had that friendship when they were younger and still have it now in the present. And this one's just really, really sweet. Like this guy really just doesn't understand why she broke up with him, and he's still so in love with her. And it was just really sweet. And like I said, definitely they had that like friendship foundation for sure. And I really, really love that. Next is Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert. This one is about a girl who works in this building with a security guard that she passes every day, and they kind of become friends. They start talking to each other every morning and different things, and he like brings her granola bars and different things, and they end up having to fake date in this one, so there's that as well. And they become friends sort of while they're fake dating, and then obviously it leads to more, but like there's definitely like the friends to lovers vibes with this one. Like they are super, super close beforehand, and it just grows from there. I really like this one. I know the series is super, super popular, so you've probably heard of this one before, but it is a good like friends to lovers book. Next is The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. This is like the epitome of a best friends to lovers book. Like this one is such hardcore best friends to lovers. It's about a football player and a ballerina who have always been like super, super best friends. Like his girlfriends have had issues with her in the past, and it's gotten to the point where they've sort of said like, you either be friends with her or you date me, and he has like turned all these girls away and been like, no, I'm gonna be friends with her. And all of these girls have been like super jealous of her, and they all kind of hate her, obviously, but both of them in this book kind of have like underlying feelings for the other, but they don't feel like the other one is like reciprocating, so they don't tell the other one, but they end up having to fake date in this one as well, and that sort of pushes them together, and then they start kind of going, well, is it real, is it not real? And this one, like I said, was just such a best friends to lovers book. Like they were such hardcore best friends, and I really, really loved that. Next is Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren. I thought this one was so cute as well. I feel like I've said that a million times in this video, and I probably have, but I really love this one. In this one, Hazel is like really quirky, like not even like in that sort of typical romance book sense where they're like, oh, she's so quirky. Like this girl is actually like out there, and the guy is just like so like enamored with her, but they're like best friends. They've always been best friends, and he is kind of like, there's like tons of like little cutesy moments in this book where he's like getting annoyed because other guys are telling her that she's too much, or she's like too this, or like why can't she just be normal, and he's like, no, like you're great like how you are, kind of thing. And I just thought they were so sweet, and like they really are just like the best friends, and then obviously like it goes from there, but like I just really, really loved this one. She is so like fun, and he is just so like obsessed with her. I loved this one. And lastly is Second First Impressions by Sally Thorne. This one follows a girl who lives in this house or like apartment on I guess it's like a retirement village. Like it's got all these like little areas for the like seniors to like live, but she has her own little area, and this guy that is like the owner of the land's son comes into work, and he ends up living like right next door to her, and he just like is kind of annoying her at first, but then she's like, oh, like he's not so bad, and they become really, really close friends. And then it obviously stems from there. He says he's gonna help her like find a boyfriend, and he's like helping her, and then he obviously ends up getting a little bit jealous and realizes like, oh hey, like we actually like each other. And this one was just really cute. I liked that the retirement village was definitely like a different setting for a romance book for sure, and I really liked that it was unique in that sense. And so I thought this one was really cute as well. They definitely had like a good friendship before they got together, and I really, really love that. And so that is the last book for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. I do new book videos every single week, and I'll see you next time.